Hi there Libra, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 16th of June. There are three influences this week which are very important to your sign. The first off is Venus, Venus being your ruling planet. Now at the start of the week it continues in an opposition with Saturn, so it's wise to be a little bit careful about expenditure on Monday. But it then goes on to forge an absolutely stunning link to Jupiter for the rest of the week, suggesting that something really good can happen for you financially, and it can be linked to some kind of business partnership or an association you have with someone else. For example, you could work for a business that gets a new order or contract and everyone's cheered by this. It creates a much better atmosphere. But even in a personal context, you could end up financially better off on the back of this aspect. But in your sign resides Mars, and it's been there since the end of last year, and also the North Node. Now Mars is actually going to be clashing this week with Pluto, and this brings up an aspect that first occurred back in April. And this aspect really was quite challenging for you. There may be someone that you're encountering who has quite an impact on your emotional health and well-being that you find to be very forceful and difficult to deal with. Or is it you that they find to be a rather tricky person to deal with? This is the kind of honest question you need to ask yourself, because when it comes to some plans that you want to achieve this week, the desire to really break out and be much more adventurous is going to be really strong. But if you go for things without thinking about the implications for your own sense of security, you may end up actually scoring an own goal. But on the other hand, the North Node is combining brilliantly with the Sun and also Mercury, which returns to the sign of Gemini, your sister air sign, on Tuesday. And in fact, Mercury and the Sun are going to be pretty well side by side through to Friday. This can really give you a fantastic appetite to, as I said before, open up your world, to be more pioneering and risk-taking. If you're looking to book a holiday, this can be very positive, but because Mercury is twisting backwards, you just need to be aware that things could be quite fluid. This can also be true if you're looking to enroll in some kind of higher education institution or do some kind of course linked to your work. As much as your aspiration may be very strong to do stuff like that this week, events can change and things may not be quite set in stone. However, both these positions, the Sun, the luminary, that is the Sun, and Mercury, link back brilliantly to the North Node in your sign, suggesting that a legacy issue can come through to you very favourably, particularly if you've been very forward-thinking in your past, pioneering, and something that you saw the trends on a long time ago, but perhaps other people didn't, can actually now give you some kind of reward. So be a visionary. Don't feel you have to follow the pack. This can be a time for you to demonstrate that you're unique and a one-off, and the more you have the confidence to do that, the better it is. However, with the quarter moon that does occur on Wednesday, the one thing you shouldn't do is take on too much. And there could be a temptation with the Sun combining with Mercury to do precisely this. So measure your output of energy. If you do, you can then focus it on the things that are really meaningful. Now, by the end of this week, on Saturday, the Sun climbs out of Gemini and moves into the sign of Cancer. Here it will join up with Jupiter, and the suggestion is that if you've got a goal or hope in terms of improving your status, improving the kind of work you have, or getting a job itself, this is really going to fire up your determination to do it. But in order to be successful, you still have to negotiate with the powers to be, and that's why communication continues to be so important. And if you are doing any research or getting your facts and figures together, don't be hasty, take your time, because Mercury can trick us when it's in retrograde, but it is also an opportunity to revise our outlook, to become more knowledgeable, to fix things that aren't working. And by the end of this week, you could be feeling much more confident how you want to go forwards. And as long as you don't rush something, which can affect your situation in terms of its base foundations, things could go really well. It's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.